Hey everyone, this is Brista,
I'm Joel.
And I'm Kathy,
and you're listening to the No Clue podcast.
a space where we'll be having normal conversations that we have no clue what we'll talk about, hablando de nuestras vidas cotidianas y de nuestras experiencias espirituales. 3 individuals finding our space into this universe.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to No Clue Podcast. We got you. We're paying attention. Today we'll be talking about angel numbers, our experiences with angel numbers. When do we start paying attention to them? When do we start recognizing them? I believe that all three of us, we've had lots of experiences, lots to run into with them in many different ways.
Yeah, I feel like I see them every day. I actually have a whole photo album dedicated to these angel numbers that I come across on a daily basis.
A full album.
Yeah, a full album, like maybe like 800, 900 photos.
That's dedication. That's dedication. That's cool. I've never heard of. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Where do you see them? Like, or let's start from the beginning. When did you start noticing them?
I want to say since middle school. I want to say since I was in middle school, but I wouldn't pay attention to them like I do now.
Okay.
And I would always get 666. Like middle school, high school, it was always 666. Or that's when it would catch my attention. The 666.
Gotcha.
I didn't start putting them in a photo album or other texts and photos. I didn't start that till like last year. But yeah, like getting really into these angel numbers, like maybe during COVID. It's been a good minute.
Why? What do you think the 666 was more attracted? What did it attract you more? For any good or bad reason?
I don't know. I mean,
Because usually the 666 has como un significado de que es malo.
yeah, and that's what I would always get a lot. Like, oh, it's the devil's number.
Devil
Like,
numbers, yeah.
you can't mess with that. Pero yo no sabía. Like, I grew up in a cave. Like, if I'm being honest, I didn't start getting into this whole angel number thing until like 2019, and that's because of TikTok. Because you start looking into TikTok, and that's all you start getting. Like the algorithm starts, pulling up whatever you search. So that's when I started looking more into the whole angel numbers. So what is it? 666 is more of reflection. I believe that's what is associated to 666, right? Reflecting on your
So
life.
what were you doing during middle school that you had to reflect on?
Listen,
What were you doing?
I mean, I wasn't a straight A student, but definitely had some bumps. But hey, I still graduated.
That's what counts.
Still graduated.
That's very cool because I really didn't start seeing them until maybe almost 3 years ago. So you started noticing them at such a young age.
Yeah.
Maybe I did see them when I was middle school, but
No le pones esa
Yeah, in my
atención.
mind.
Yeah.
no.
You
Again,
see them as numbers.
what you said earlier, Brisa, devil number 666. I think there was a movie about it too.
No
I
way.
could be wrong. I could be wrong. Something like that. But
Okay.
it was a devil's number. I've always known it was a devil's number.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't notice them until like maybe 3 years ago.
What was the first angel number you noticed 3 years ago?
111 or 1111. Ever since I started noticing them, that's always been my consistent number.
Yeah.
And then little after that would be 1010, 1212. And then lately, past couple months, I've been seeing on other numbers, 77, 666. Rare, do I see 88, or 99. But lately they've been coming around.
Eh,
Especially on videos.
Videos.
I watch a lot of MLB highlights, and for whatever reason, they have highlights of a video of a time of 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So that, to me, those are signs. There's messages that I'm getting.
Yeah.
What kind of messages? I still have not where I want to be, and trying to figure out
Mhm.
what they're trying to relate.
Yeah,
But one day
What?
I'll be able to do that.
definitely. I know you said you don't get a 888 or 999, but I always see those. It's 777, 888, 333, 444, 555. I get those all the time. Los que no me aparecen tanto is 111, 222. I feel like with those I have a little bit more, like I don't notice them as often. But I also see them in the videos, like the TikTok videos, license plates, building numbers, the time I punch out.
Yeah. Addresses.
Addresses, yeah.
That as well.
And that's something you don't pay attention to, It's like really someone tells you to look and you're just looking like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I started to notice the 1-1 en un año nuevo. En
Really?
una de las casas de mi hermana. Ujú. Eran las 11:11, and she goes like, make a wish. We were both in la cocina.
Mhm.
And she goes like, oh, 11:11. She's like, make a wish. But I never paid mind to it. Like, I never paid too much attention to it.
Yeah.
Simplemente sabía que it was like a make a wish thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then from there, it just pasó el tiempo. And then my oldest daughter started seeing a lot 222 in school, in her book. If she was to read something, she would end in a 222 number. It
No
was just
way.
see. So that's when I started looking more into it, usando el
Mhm.
Doctor Google,
Dr. Google.
and to looking for what was 222.
Yeah.
And then from there, I wouldn't notice it too much, but she would. Like, she would point it out. The mileage when you're driving,
Yeah.
hay a veces que tienen 222 y así, or just different numbers, the mileage, and she would point it out. Ya después, maybe también yo, pero eso ya fue más como hace como 3 años también. Ahí fue donde empecé a ver un poquito más de los angel numbers. So that's how I started Googling more. I started reading a little bit more about them, and I started to notice it more. Driving around. I drive a lot during the weekend, so I see them a lot. A lot of the angel numbers in the license plates. And it's funny because you're just driving.
You're
y
just
como
minding
que
your own business.
algo te dice, mira de este lado o mira de ese lado.
Mhm.
And it's really funny how you get
You
these,
start noticing them,
to look
right?
around.
Yeah.
So
It's funny how they come to you.
Yeah.
Yours came through your oldest daughter. You would have
Mhm.
never thought that because of that simple conversation that she had with you, you would open up your mind even wider to another part of our lives. Is necessarily what we're doing. It's basically, I guess you could say, another chapter that's part of our lives that we're opening up to.
Yeah.
No, they're unique. They're really unique. It's funny because also when I started seeing 111 or 1111, yeah, make a wish, and you would make all these crazy wishes, pretty much manifesting.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much manifesting, and then actually you, Brisa, you're the one that actually somewhat explained what the angel number was, and then that's when I started really looking into them more.
No.
And then after that, shortly after that, I started seeing the 10s, the 12s, you know, and now they're just all over the place, especially this week. I've been seeing 5s, 4s, 3s, you know, so it's pretty cool. The hardest part
Yeah.
is memorizing what every single one of them means, or because I've also heard that you'll see them, whenever you see them, it's related to what you're currently thinking about or possibly what you're going through.
Okay.
So, I mean, you're driving, you see a number, right? And then you know what you're thinking about then, but then 3 hours later, once you go home, you forget.
That's true.
Yeah.
I try
That
to
is true.
get into a habit of writing down the number that I saw and the date and what I was thinking about, but you just forget. After a long day, you just
Yeah.
forget.
Mayormente si vas manejando es un poquito más complicado.
Yeah.
So when I drive and I see them when I'm driving, I tend to kind of think about what am I going through en ese momento de mi vida to kind of see. Maybe it makes a little bit sense, but then again, como dices, uno maneja, está trabajando, and you go through the whole day, you get home, you're just exhausted, you know.
Yeah.
Pero después, en el momento, tú, cuando estás más relajado, más tranquilo, y tú lo piensas, it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes up. You
It
know,
comes
it's
right
like,
back
Yeah.
to you.
Sí.
Mhm.
So, it's really nice.
No, when I notice them, if I'm alone driving, then
We don't
I
take
won't.
pictures.
I'll take a picture if I can catch one in time. Pero yo siempre digo gracias. Whatever message it may be, I am always thank you. Thank you to my guardians, whoever, like, thank you. And then así como dijiste tú, like, you get home, you relax, you settle in, yeah, it comes back to you and you're like,
Comes back.
I was having a tough day at work and I got, 555 or whatever, and, balance.
Hubo un tiempo, sorry, a donde me llegaba mucho el 555. 555.
Mhm.
From what I remember reading, era como de cambios. Era de cambios. And en ese momento, en mi vida, I was going through a lot. And there was a lot of changes. So it's really hard to memorize the meanings of all of them.
Mhm. It
Because
is.
they all have a different purpose.
I
They
guess
do.
saying thank you. I've also started saying thank you. I started saying thank you. Doesn't matter what number I see. When I remember, sometimes I take pictures, and just because I take the picture and then I send it, I don't say thank you. But if you think about it, whatever number pops up, it's a positive message, one way or another. They'll have
Even the 666 one.
Yeah.
It's a good
yeah.
it's a good angel number.
Mhm.
Oh, definitely is. So every single one of them has a positive message that we're still not. They're not memorized up here, and all messages could be different that we
Mhm.
currently don't know. We're not aware of. Saying thank you, regardless what number you get, is just a great way to go about it, because one way or another, whether you're going through a tough time or you're just having a good day, having just a good day, even just having a tough day or whatever, receiving a number is just a positive outcome. It's something
Yeah.
positive that you might be walking into, So
Sí, aunque uno tenga un mal día and have it at the end as a good day.
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely neat. It's definitely really neat. Like recently, like right now, I'm staring at my screen. I just happened to see 11. I just saw another 11. I'm just looking. I just looked directly. I'm not looking for them. Just looked directly at it. I just saw two 11s. So
And I guess also saying thank you, even though we don't know exactly what's the meaning of it, it's also at least saying thank you because we are acknowledging it as well.
Yeah.
Even though we
Mhm.
don't
No, yeah.
know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
with the thank you is an acknowledgement.
Yeah. In a way, it's awakening our
Yeah.
spiritual growth.
And I guess too, at least the way I feel, our guides are watching over us. They're guiding us through a path, whether it's good path or a rough path. They're there
Mhm.
sending us a message, hey, here's a little message for you. We're watching, we're guiding you,
Yeah.
we're here. We're here for you to talk to us whenever you need to talk to someone or you need some sort of guidance. We're here for it.
Have you ever played the games where tú les pides algo and you tell them, well, give me this number for this or give me this number for that?
No,
Yes.
no, I haven't.
To give it a try.
I should. Definitely haven't. I know you told me a couple stories, Brisa, when you have, and they're pretty cool. For some reason, I guess I feel, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why I haven't. I mean, it would be cool, but no, I haven't.
I have. Most recently, I have. It was in regards to this trip that me and my husband were planning on. And so I asked my guides, I was like, if this trip is a good idea, if you can show me 333 to go and 111 not to go. And I was like, deadline is Tuesday. I think it was the Saturday before. I don't know. So un día y me salió 111 and I was like, oh, okay, we're not going.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I think we do it sometimes because we don't know what to do. We're really indecisive. Like we want to and we don't.
Interesting
And
day.
sí, so le dejamos el trabajo a los de arriba para que decidan por nosotros.
Les damos más trabajos a ellos.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel that even though we do it, we have it, lo dejamos for them. They
Mhm.
know if it's good or if it's going to be the right or wrong decision
Yeah,
for us
it's true.
to move forward with. I mean, sometimes at the end we don't listen and we still do whatever pleases us.
Yeah,
And then
that is
sometimes
true.
we end up
See?
feeling the
Listening.
Bumps in the head.
consequences.
See? Mm-hmm. Yes.
I should definitely try and give that a shot with a couple ideas I have on hand.
You should. A ver
And
lo
see
que te
how it works
dicen.
out. Yeah. Yeah, see how it works out. Yeah, that'll be pretty neat. That'll be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do it a lot. I don't do it as much as before, but I used to do it a lot when driving on the weekends. That was my playtime. I drive far, so I needed to keep entertained.
Yeah.
So, para que no me durmiera, ya hacía yo esos juegos. And it was really fun. It becomes fun and interesting because of the interaction that you start to see as well.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, so we're not the only ones, we're not the only ones here. There's something else beyond us that is
Higher
that
power.
that we can't see,
Yeah.
and they're there. And they're there, and it's just, like I said, it's the acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm. See, that is true. Very true.
How can I ask this? Do you guys think that any of these numbers represent you in a way because you see them so much, or is it just really you think is a message just being relayed to you?
No, I do have this one number that it does. Como que sí siento que me puede representar, pero it's just iffy. es que como que sí, como que no, como que sientes que que sí es algo para ti,
Mm.
que, que te llama, que, pero después estás como que sí, o como que no. Pero
Yeah.
a mí el número 8 siempre me ha llamado la atención.
Mhm.
Siempre, siempre, siempre. Pero
Infinity.
los 8 es muy raro para que yo los vea.
Okay.
Es muy raro que yo los vea. So, por eso es que yo digo, is for me or is it not? Because it does. The number 8, it just draws me for some reason.
Mhm. For me, I want to say 333 or 444. I've even thought about getting them tattooed también. Pero igual como dice Brisa, like a veces you just feel iffy, but you know that you see them every day. You know that those messages are for you. You know that um it was meant for you to see. Pero no sé, también I'm kind of picky in the placement.
Uh-huh.
But I think eventually I would like to get one of those angel numbers tatted on me.
One word that stuck out that you guys both use, iffy. And I think that has to do a lot with what, and I speak for all three of us here, and I'll speak for everyone out there that has lack of confidence.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why,
a
That's right.
word.
Yeah.
that's why that
Hit.
that word stuck out the most. Iffy,
Uh-huh.
lack of confidence within our abilities that we have that we're learning, and
Yeah.
just in everyday things that can guess ourselves with the decision. Should I eat this? Should I not eat this? Should I go here? Should I not go there? Where should I get gas? Where's it cheaper? Where may it be cheaper?
Yeah.
Just dumb stuff like that. And I think a lot of those messages that we get may be telling us, maybe showing us confidence, have
Be more
confidence,
confident.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
I
is
think
so
I
true.
think that has to do with a lot.
But I
Again,
think it goes back to us experiencing these angel numbers, and then like Tia Brisa brought up about 666 being associated with the devil. Like, a veces son cositas así that pull you back, that
Oh,
you close
yeah.
off, and then you're like, well, I don't want to mess with that, you know?
Well, it took me a while to actually understand the actually meaning of the 666, to actually really look it up and read into
Mhm.
it, because yo todo el tiempo tenía que el 66
Yeah.
it was relacionado con algo malo.
Mhm.
De hecho, casualmente es un video, no, fue mirando un video en YouTube que fue que yo me di cuenta que no, el 666 no es necesario, tiene que ser relacionado con with the devil. You know that it's also
Mhm.
a good angel number.
Yeah.
So, como que the stigma of being a bad number,
Mhm.
it was still stuck.
Yep.
So you just gotta play with your brain and keep it
Yeah.
and say, no, it's not a bad number, it's a good number.
Mhm.
Even when I would drive around and just look at a license plate or look at a number, look at a house,
Mhm.
that house that we drive every single day, and we was to see a 666, I would not even look at that nice house just because of those numbers.
Just because of those numbers.
Sí, pero te digo, recién que yo escuché, que yo miré ese video y una señora estaba hablando sobre de ese número en específico y estaba diciendo que ese número it's an angel number.
Mhm.
Y, but en ese momento for me it was still bad because all this time in my head
Yeah.
it always meant something bad.
Mhm.
So, but it's just now taking it off my head, just
Yeah.
taking it off the brain that it's not anything bad. So now I'm able to enjoy the nice garden that these people have in their home,
In their 666 home.
and their 666 home. Yeah, yeah, because yo siempre, o sea, nosotros pasamos por esa casa y yo
Mhm.
siempre al pasar, yo siempre decía, al principio yo siempre decía, bueno, it has a 666 number. I wonder what troubles they go and, they're going through in
Really?
there
Yeah.
just because of the numbers.
Oh
That's
my
a crazy way to
goodness.
look at things. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Pero
Oh my
porque
God.
it's because we always have in our heads, we had always
Mhm.
thought that, the 666 numbers was always a bad number.
Yeah.
And that's what I will always say. I will always say, I'm like, I wonder what these people go through.
Me, like seeing 666 in middle school, I always thought I was a bad kid. Like I just thought I was like, damn,
Well, you
I'm a
must have been
bad
doing a lot of
kid.
reflection.
Like what was I doing to get 666 all the time? And I literally mean all the time. Like it was my library card. It ended in 666. Pero igual así como estabas diciendo, it's just la reputación que ese número tiene, the negativity
Uh-huh.
that a lot of people associate
And
with
and
it.
that we have grown up with,
Mhm.
'cause
Oh,
it's always
definitely.
Mhm.
It
It
starts from
tiene
there.
que ver. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The activity that this subject in general has with certain people, especially if they're really religious, there's some sort of religion, stuff like that. They have negativity, a lot of negativity against a topic like this, just with the spirit world, period. They're and they think we're bad. They think we're witches.
They
I
think we're crazy.
yeah, for sure. And I think it's a great gift.
Yeah.
Especially the people that have been around us since they were maybe 7 years old when they started developing these gifts, and now they're helping other people. I personally think it's a gift from God. Not to jump into any religion subject or anything like that, but I think we all have the gift, but someone more advanced than others. And it's just a gift that we all have, and that thank God we're able to realize it, and we're I guess open enough to actually get into it and find out more about it.
Just the
starting to be more awake.
curiosity. Yes. Yes.
Sorry, what'd you say, Brisa?
No, that you're starting to awake
Yeah.
into it.
Mhm.
También, o sea, ¿a qué es lo que lleva la curiosidad? A buscar,
A buscar,
indagar.
aprender.
A indagar indagar into the subject, into looking for more, and it's pretty cool.
It's really nice.
It is.
Being curious.
So all you listeners out
And
there,
then know that in between family that you're not the only one. That you don't want to get into the topic because you just don't know what they're gonna say or what they're gonna think. Because I mean,
because not everyone's as open, and you can't have this conversation with just anyone. It really takes confidence to really go about it, open yourself. Not only with yourself, but with others too.
Yeah. Well, it has to start with us. A lot of confidence has to start with us to even bring it out to anybody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually my first conversation about just tarot card reading and all that stuff with a relative was with you, Brisa.
Yeah, espérate. I remember that conversation. We were outside talking, and when he started talking about the whole limpias and all that stuff, I'm like, whoa. But I'm like, wait, I never thought that he was so into that stuff. We just got into the whole topic, and I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Yo cuando comencé, I was young. I was in my early teens. I was like 14 years old, and I just YouTubed everything. I Googled if I was going crazy. Like if I had some kind of mental issues. Not it. I really didn't have anyone to really talk to about it. And it was really lonely. it was really lonely because I mean, I had my best friend, I had my boyfriend at the time who I would bring it up to, but they were just like, they couldn't give me more. They couldn't feed into this curiosity that I was in. And so it really sucked. And like I said, it was really lonely. I did mention it to my parents once, and then otra vez con la cosa del diablo, we don't mess with that. And so I kind of just closed it off. And like I mentioned, it didn't start picking up until like 2019. Yeah, through TikTok, just finding TikTok videos, and more people were open about it, and more people were just as curious as I was to learn. And I finally felt like I wasn't alone. And then, a couple months ago, I'm here with you guys, and now that's all we talk about, and we can't stop.
Yeah. No,
It's cool because we all have different experiences.
Yeah,
We all we're all going to continue learning from each other one way or another.
definitely.
yeah, I started pretty young. Listen,
Mhm.
I will listen. I will be taking a bath or I'll be taking a shower. So, o sea, as a child, what would you say? Especially us being in the, Hispanic.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't talk back. They slap you right in the
No.
face.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
igual a mí también me pasaba. I would
Mhm.
be in my room chilling, minding my own business, doing homework or whatever. And igual, I would feel like my mom or my dad were calling me, and I would go up and, rushing, and I'd be like, ¿Me llamaron? And they'll look at me and like,
So, mi papá siempre tiene la costumbre de ponerse sus llaves en, eso está
in the
de poner
loophole.
we lived in the fourth floor in New York, in the apartment, in the building.
Yeah,
Y se
I
escuchaban,
remember
todo
that
el
one.
tiempo siempre se escuchaban el ruido de esas llaves cuando él
Mhm.
subía. Siempre. Y un día estábamos con la música puesta, que
Mhm.
estás en Nueva York, estás limpiando,
Sí,
siempre con la música prendida en
of
loud,
course.
y a
Of
mi papá nunca le gustaba que estuviéramos con la música prendida con mucho volumen.
Mhm.
So, but for some reason, I will always hear his keys coming up. Always hear his keys. So I will run and turn off down the music. And I'll be waiting and waiting and waiting for him to come into the door.
Mhm.
Y nada. So they have in las puertas, they have the little pico, the
Yeah.
little hoyito, and I will look through it and nada. So I will open the door and I will peek through the hallway and through the staircase. Nobody. Like, damn. So, después, mi papá llegaba como 2, 3 horas después.
Really?
No, pero nada, no había nada. Y me asomaba yo por la ventana para ver si él estaba, like, outside.
Mhm.
Nothing. He was nowhere to be seen. So that was pretty
That was pretty creepy.
The one time, it was only me and my dad at the house.
Mhm.
I want to say maybe I was probably in high school.
Mhm.
Yeah. I want to say I was in high school. We were by ourselves at home, right? We knew we were by ourselves at home. I was walking my way into the kitchen, going past their stairs to go upstairs to the second floor.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, I hear my younger sister yell my name, right?
Mhm.
And then I look up and I answer. Yeah, I looked up
You
and I answered.
answered?
I looked up and I answered, right?
Mhm.
I didn't hear anything. And she didn't answer back. And then I went back, went halfway up the steps, and I was like, what do you need, right? And then my dad's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, wait, they're not home. I'm like, did you hear that? And he's like, yeah, I heard. He heard it too.
He
But
heard
he,
it too.
Oh,
yeah, he heard
wow.
it
Oh
too.
my God.
But then I'm like, but they're not home. So then I don't remember how or where did I hear this. If you hear something like that, call them just to make sure that they're okay.
Oh.
She was with my
Okay,
mom.
okay.
She was with my mom, so that's the first thing we did.
Okay.
Grab my cell phone. I call my mom. Hey, are you guys okay? She's like, yeah, we're fine. And I figured out where they were at. And I told her why. She's like, estás loco tú. You know?
Sí,
Yeah. I mean,
sí.
I just laughed, you know. I didn't take it as a negative or whatever. And it's just
Yeah.
that's just how she talks, you know. I mean, I don't think she meant it in a negative way. But it was like, it's crazy how, again, her voice, my younger sister's voice, you know, I heard her call my name and I answered, like, I forgot that they weren't home. You know.
I'm just so surprised that Theo heard it too.
He
Wow.
heard it. Yeah, he heard it. He stays staring at me. And I'm like, you heard that? He's like, yeah. And then I'm like, they're not home. It just like hit me. I'm like, they're not home. Yeah,
Oh
so
my goodness.
yeah.
Y una vez también me pasó, but I was at home alone. I was napping. Y que escucho that my mom called me. And I go the house toda sola, alone. Like literally it was just me. But I kept hearing my name like outside. So I go to the backyard. No one. At this point, I'm like, let me call them. So I call my mom, no me contesta. I was like, okay. I call my sister, she answers me. And I asked my sister, I was like, where are you guys? They're like, oh, we're at Kohl's. Since when? We've been here for an hour. Let me tell you, I hanged up so quick and I turned on all the lights from the house. And I just went back to my room. I popped in my earbuds and I put that music on loud. I was like, no, not today. I was not messing with it today. I was like, no. Y ya
That's
cuando
funny.
regresaron, I was like, I heard my name being called. And igual así, ¿estás loca? And I was like, probably.
Yo tuve desde pequeña siempre escuchaba, presentía, cosas pasaban así en la casa y eso te empieza a cerrar, eso te empieza a cerrar porque te empiezan a meter que no es así, so empiezan a confiar de ti misma. So that creates a lot of lack of confidence in ourselves. So I actually think that when my daughter started showing me her 222, it was for something. It was for a reason. It was coming. It's like, okay, it's your time. Because I always, for some reason, for some long time, like all this stuff will like come up. I will grow interest in it and then I will just leave it.
Okay.
And then so it will come maybe like a year or two después. I will grow interest again. I will pick up books. I will read. I will like do searches, talk to people that do, you know, the spiritual work. And I would then again just get away from it.
Yeah.
And then again, it will restart again. And then with her, when her showing me the 222, it was like, okay, there's something now. And that's when I didn't stop, but I wasn't too into it, you know, and by then until I started seeing the numbers. So when you start seeing the numbers yourself, it's different.
Yeah.
Rather than you have, pero entró la curiosidad when she started showing me the numbers.
Sí.
Well, her numbers, because she has she has her 222s tattooed.
I love that.
Yeah. And that's how it started. So it was okay. It's like maybe it's that time. It's your time now to start digging into it and looking into it and growing into it. And now maybe it was like, okay, forget about what happened in the past. You know, having your mom telling you that you're crazy or that it's just you. Or it's we don't know nothing about that, you know, because that's closing you off. That's
definitely.
You know, that's,
and I did close myself off for a good couple of years. I just started picking it back up. I mean, with the help and guidance of the both of you. Confidence is key.
No, it is.
It is.
It really is.
Especially nowadays. Especially nowadays, all negativity going. all the negativity we see on social media, all platforms, you know, news, especially news. I don't think news ever really gives you good news. You know, there always
No.
there's some here and there, but I guess that's when all these angel numbers come through. You know, it's a boost of confidence. At least that's
Boost of
how I take it. A
confidence.
boost of confidence
Yeah.
about your day, of about what you're thinking and what's going on in general in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, a
it
space
makes
for
you really
fly. Mm-hmm.
makes you really think of opportunity, but
Thinking outside the box.
and just be thankful. Period.
Yeah.
And else to lean on for guidance.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big thing nowadays.
The universe, she's very powerful. And she definitely
Oh, see.
listens.
Just don't
She
piss her off.
definitely listens.
It listens. It does listen, but it's also good to start listening as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is very true.
And that's something that we lack on because of our day-to-day,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you know, work, school, kids, and then
just-
more work, housework, you know. So entonces todo eso, it's really hard to focus. It's really hard to see. It's really hard. You get lost into this day-to-day stuff.
Yep.
That's why I always say it's something powerful when you start waking up, when you see things differently, when you start seeing these angel numbers, when you start seeing cosas diferentes, you know.
It's certainly something it's a good habit to get into. I don't think habit's the right way for it. There's another word, but I can't think of right now. It's definitely a good habit to get into practicing. You know,
Yeah. Gratitude.
whether it's memorizing the angel numbers, when there's writing 7 things that you're grateful for, or whether it's meditating, you know. Wherever you're leaning towards, or where you feel where you should start practicing on.
There's no.
I mean, definitely not. I mean, every experience here
It's
between all
different.
three of us is different. You know, it's really different. Like, there's always. I personally remember at a young age, Terry Kerr reading a lot of stuff. Walter Mercado from Telemundo or Univision, one of those two. I used to always be ready to listen to what he has to say about my horoscope. You know, always. And but like, it always caught my attention. But you know, luckily, throughout my life, I never heard anything negative about it. I was just scared personally to find out more about it, because back then we didn't have Dr. Google. You know, we didn't have all the tools that we currently have now. You know, so there were times that I would forget about it, and then for whatever reason, when these phones started being smart, and then and then there'll be apps about fortune telling or whatever it is, right? Then that will
Your
start
daily horoscope.
that will start again, you know, playing in my head, like, do I really want to get into this? Do I want to find out more about it? But then I used to close myself off again, because I know much about it. I have the right information, you know. And then until I started seeing the numbers, until I started seeing shadows just going right by, you know, I'm like, whoa, or I feel like someone's looking behind me. That's when I was like, okay, you know. But no, definitely, for all the listeners out there, it's awesome. You know, I'm still learning about it, and I don't want to stop. I just want to continue to learn about it. And if I'm able to develop my gifts, then I'm going to. You know, it takes time.
Yeah. It takes time, practice, consistency.
Consistency.
Consistency is the key to it. I have our coach who tells us we have to practice every day. It's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, sometimes, you know, we could have a day or two where you want to just, maybe you're just not up for it, and that's okay. You know, no es malo that you're like, nah, not today, you know, but it's consistency.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Like everything else.
Yeah.
Y confianza también en tus abilities, you know. Yeah. you know,
Yep,
that gives
it
the
always goes back
memos
to
and
confidence.
yes,
Yeah.
confidence.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yep.
follow your
I
intuition, follow your gut.
every single
That
month
one.
I go for my Reiki, I always hear confidence. You have to have confidence, Brisa.
I always get that either when I get a channeling session or I get a tarot card. Intuition. Follow your intuition. You could do this. You could do that. She usually tells me, you don't need to come to me. You could do it yourself.
Yourself.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's a boost of confidence, but someone that has
Yeah.
been doing this for a long time and she's still learning about stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but she tells you, you could do it. You don't need me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty,
And I say no.
yeah, I'm
Mm-mm.
like,
Not yet.
no, I need you. After a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
She's a safe
Yeah.
blanket.
See.
Reconfirming. A lot of reconfirmation when you have channeling sessions in tarot card.
Oh,
Yeah, reconfirming doubts. Yeah.
mhm.
Is you may be able to pull your deck and throw some cards for yourself, but then second guessing comes into place. Am I reading this
Yeah.
right? Am I reading what I want to feel or like what I want to
What
know?
I want to hear.
Yeah, yep.
Mhm. Did
So
I
it's
really see that shadow by the wall? Did I?
yeah.
Some cositas
It all
así.
goes back to having confidence within yourself with what
Yeah.
you're learning,
Mhm.
with the
And being
experiences that
open
you're
to
going
it
through.
too,
Yeah.
Being open to it.
Yep. Well, guys, it was a great conversation. Guys, thank you guys
Yeah.
thank you guys for following us on No Clue Podcast. I am Joel.
And
Kathy.
Brisa.
Stay tuned for our next episode. We have no clue what we're going to be talking about next episode. We'll figure it out. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Well.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Bye.